Well, it seems Joe Biden is continuing to see a lack of support, but this time from his own party. The Daily Caller is reporting they reached out to all 50 Democratic senators individually and asked them a heated question: whether or not they would endorse Joe Biden for the 2024 presidential race. Only 5 could on the spot vow to support the president in 2024, whereas the other 45 failed to respond to several inquiries. These yes answers came from New York's Chuck Schumer, Tim Kaine of Virginia, Jack Reed of Rhode Island, Cory Booker from New Jersey. Delaware Senator Chris Cohn was the last senator to say he'd endorse the president after giving a roundabout answer to the Daily Caller about how Joe Biden's leadership on the world stage had been impressive. His spokesperson then confirmed that he would endorse Joe Biden. The president has confirmed he does plan to seek a second term in office. This all comes this week when Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez laughed off the question over whether she would support the president.
Before we go, I just want to ask about President Biden. He is saying he's going to run again in 2024. Will you support him?
You know, if the president chooses to run again in 2024, I mean, first of all, I'm focused on winning this majority right now and preserving a majority this year in 2022. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I think if the president has a vision, then that's something certainly we're all willing to entertain and examine when the time comes.
Early this week, the New York Times reported that they had interviewed nearly 50 Democratic officials this year, ranging from county leaders to members of Congress. The overall consensus is that with the midterms looming and the chance Republicans could win back the House and Senate, it will be a tough few months to explain issues such as rising inflation, gas prices, the pandemic, gun control and border control, to name a few. The article states that Democrats have watched as a commander-in-chief who built a reputation for gaffes has repeatedly rattled global diplomacy with unexpected remarks that were later walked back by his White House staff, and has sat for fewer interviews than any of his recent predecessors. The Times interviewed former Obama staffer David Axelrod, who shone a light on Joe Biden's age. The presidency is a monstrously taxing job, and the stark reality is the president would be closer to 90 than 80 at the end of a second term, and that would be a major issue. He went on to say that Joe Biden isn't given the recognition he should for steering the country through such a turbulent time, and that is purely because of the way he performs as a leader. He says, and part of the reason he doesn't is performative. He looks his age and isn't as agile in front of a camera as he once was, and this has fed a narrative about competence that isn't rooted in reality.